Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Third Opinion podcast, radio program, internet extraordinaire. We've won multiple daytime streamies.
All of them, actually, I believe.
Welcome back to the program. Thanks for being here with me today, Andrew, except that you're at your house and I'm at my house.
Thank you for having me.
Because Ethan...
Yeah, that is the case.
That is the case. Ethan has a bad boy illness, and he said, I feel horrible. Sorry. And I was like, it's fine. I'm sure I can get one of my moist boys to record with me today.
That's why I'm here.
And that's why Andrew's here. You may also notice if you're watching this on YouTube that it's just the Minecraft launcher with me and Andrew's audio. And it's because I never record anything on my computer, and it's the only way I can get audio for me and for Andrew. Even then, it might be like just okay. I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out. But thank you for being here, Andrew.
Thank you.
You know, it really means a lot. I just started crying. I think this is episode 50 also, so it is something to cry about.
Wow. It's almost 100.
That's almost 100. Ethan wants to do something special for episode 52, which would be like our 1 year. Kinda. I don't know what that's.
I guess it would be.
Yeah.
You do it weekly? Are you a weekly?
Yeah.
Program?
A weekly program.
I know you try to do it weekly, but I don't know if you actually usually succeed in that.
We usually do weekly. On radio, it differs because like we have like bad audio, like we're outside, we hear lawnmowers and all that stuff.
Aeroplanes.
Yeah, aeroplanes or a lawnmower or like an air conditioner unit. We had one episode, I think it was 48, and it was like how me and Ethan would fix James Bond. And I listened back to the audio after I had done editing and all that, and I'm like, man, that's good for YouTube, but like it's too much radio. Oh, that's like too much racket and stuff for radio. So like I definitely cannot play that on the radio. So for radio it differs, but we are basically weekly on YouTube since I have editing software and all that, and I can like pretty much just make it takes like 5 hours from start to finish to make one podcast episode. That's like recorded and then edited and then rendered and then like uploaded and then saved. And we usually do this on Sunday evening also because it plays at 2:00 on Mondays at the radio station, and then Fridays 5:00 later that week. So yeah, pretty much weekly. But we did take a break November last year, I think. I don't know what happened. I think me and Ethan were just like, we don't really have any motivation to do this. And then like after 2 weeks, we're like, you know what? We have our motivation back. And then I think right after that is where we started like recording video and doing more besides just the podcast, which you can watch on our YouTube channel, Third Opinion Media. We have a lot of fun, Andrew, on the channel. One of my favorite things that I have edited and done so far has been Viewing Party 4, the 80s the 80s movie night. That boy was a lot of fun to do.
A classic.
What has been your favorite that we've done so far, Andrew?
Yeah, I like the 80s movie party. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It took like a week to record everything, only because we had to space it all out from everyone's schedule. Mine, yours, and Trevor's. But it was a lot of fun, and the editing. Yeah, we could not sit down and watch 4 movies in one day.
9 hours to do all that.
Yeah, no, well, it would have been like 13 hours because we had to record the stuff after that.
That's
and
true.
I wished it ended up not being an hour and 7 minutes or whatever, and I wish it was like better edited and better done. But I purposely gave myself a deadline that way it would be done. I wouldn't worry about it.
Right.
So I definitely purposely did that, but I'm happy with the way it came out. But I wish we had like done it earlier, or maybe like me started editing earlier, because we recorded the first one Monday night. What was the first one? Was RoboCop, wasn't it? I think it
was it RoboCop.
Yeah. It was Robert Cop. The first one was 1987's RoboCop, and after each recording, so we recorded that on Monday night. After each recording, I pretty much just cut I synced up the audio, and then I pretty much just cut together like the section where we talk about stuff, and that's it. I definitely could have edited on that video somewhat, or like each individual section as I got it. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I have all the footage. I have a 3-day gap in between the last filming. If it is this Friday, it would have been the 30. Hold on with the tab. It was like 12 hours of total footage. Because I record us watch the movies also. For the reason, I'm very glad that I did that because we got Trevor spilling juice all over himself on Indiana Jones. And that was very, very funny, and I'm very, very glad that I saved that recording. Mm-hmm. But I did delete everything else after I was done editing it together. So, lots of time. Ooh. So, Andrew, what have you been up to today, Sunday?
I made hot sauce, but otherwise I've done nothing.
All right, awesome.
So.
Thanks for being on the show.
Nothing of note. I'm done with my classes.
That's pretty good.
That I've been taking.
Your summer classes.
Summer classes.
What did you do for summer classes?
Sound effects. A sound effects class. Sound effects and film specifically, but it translates to video games, which is what I want to do. So it works out, and it was a lot of fun. Very fun class. I liked the people in it. I didn't hate anyone in that class, which is always a concern. Hating people. That didn't happen.
Which is good.
Yeah, it was a very, very positive experience.
It sounds fun. And then you're still doing just Japanese outside of school, or is that its own class or whatever?
Yeah, no, it's part of my thing. It filled in a credit hour.
That's pretty cool.
So it was, yeah, it wasn't a requirement, but it is required that you have to take some electives. So, in that sense, it was required, but not really. So,
that's neat.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, very, very, very good time. And that's kind of the whole point of that sort of class. Because it's not very intensive. It really is just, it's all practical stuff. Practicum. It's all practicum, which is the goal of that sort of thing. Because they have a version of it where you get more theory and, that sort of thing. Where you actually learn terms and things. Where in this you more learned technique and actually.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty neat.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It sounds fun.
I enjoyed it.
That's good. I helped you record a couple things. It was like mostly like just like ambience and racket, and then like a bunch of loud car noises.
All the other
those were also
stuff
fun.
Fully, we recorded in the studio.
That's pretty nifty.
So, I guess you could have come, but my teammates would have been like, "Why did you bring this man?
Who is this man? Who is this old man?"
Bang pots around in the studio. That's mainly what it was. Made a mess with an avocado, making guacamole.
Yeah. You told me about that.
That was fun. That was probably the most fun. Was squishing an avocado and all that.
Because you wanted to get it was for a video, and I'll link that video in the description of this video on YouTube. It was.
I'll send you the link.
Thank you.
It's a video.
That saves me. That saves me.
It's not you.
I don't know.
Maybe it was better for like portfolios, in my experience.
But it was. But you redid all of the sound effects for that. You redid all of them, and that was very, very cool to watch because it sounded great.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very, very well done.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, your audio made a noise.
What does it sound like? All right.
It's like a dog barking.
Are you sure it wasn't a dog at your house?
No. I mean, yes, I'm sure.
Discord is very wonky. As much as we use it and like enjoy it and all that, it is definitely like.
It has its fair share of issues.
It has its fair share of issues. I feel like that's safe to say. I have a hold on. Time, set, day. There we go. I'm like sitting next to a pond in Minecraft right now, and with the new update in Minecraft, the water looks beautiful. Like it has like its own movement and glistening for each thing.
Different? That's cool.
Yeah, I'll send you a
I
Snapchat
didn't
real
realize
fast
it made it
actually.
look different. I knew they added things like shipwrecks.
Yeah, and like whole underwater ecosystems and all that, which I kind of.
Mhm.
I want to play Sea of Thieves again. I really want to do that. I was out hiking this morning. Whew, let me tell you, rough time. And I was by a waterfall, and I was like, man, that's really nice. It reminds me of that waterfall in Sea of Thieves. I want to play Sea of Thieves again. So I would love to get back into that. I don't remember what this Minecraft map is. Anyway. Yeah, the hike was really hard. You should come with. It was too early, but it was definitely like very difficult and not fun.
Who all went?
Just me.
Okay.
It was just me going today, but I'm gonna have tons of
It's
people
good 'cause
join
you
me.
get your own pace. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about slowing down for people who are trying to keep up with. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Who likes to spread the whole way.
Yeah, who loves to run the
You
entire
wanna
trail?
Stop and look at a view. You don't have to worry about people going. Come on, dude, just keep on going.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty view. You're like, yeah. That's what
Yeah.
to go. Two people is good too because you usually agree. You make, but whenever it's like a large group, you're the one person who wants to stop. Like something is hard to convince the whole group.
Yeah, you can't convince 7 other people who want to get to a specific place before 12 for lunch.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even do that much.
We can eat lunch 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is
your food?
I took granola, and like
Okay.
I went for this one I went ultra light just so I could gather like a baseline for how much or like how long it took me to do that entire trail, which is 7 miles, but it's 4 miles. So it's the Stone Door, not National Wildlife, whatever it is, Stone Door in
Park.
maybe I don't remember actually.
I don't think it's national. I don't know, but it has like a term.
Yeah, there's a term for it. It's all trails and all hiking and all backpacking stuff, and there's campsites and all that.
Yeah.
And I specifically did the one that is a day hike, or it could be part of an overall backpacking trek if you want, depending on which way you go.
Yes.
But I did the Big Connector Gulf Trail, which is 4 miles total, and it's 2 miles down the Stone Door. Like no joke, you're going down ginormous staircases, like huge. Even for me, like my knee has to like fully bend, and my leg has to fully extend off of some of these rocks.
Yeah.
And you have to do that for 2 miles.
Yeah.
Which is rough. And then as soon as you make it to the bottom, and you make it to the bottom, because the other 2 miles are like back up a separate mountain, and it's hard.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you, I actually threw up.
Did you really?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you why. Because I drank a bunch of water and ate poorly last night. I don't know. I had like Taco Bell for dinner.
Ooh.
At like
Ooh.
8 o'clock, which is a reasonable amount of time because I was getting up at 7 and then like starting the trail at 8:30. So I figured I'd be fine. And I only brought 2 liters of water with me this time. Hey, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm halfway up this. So I'm 3.5 miles in. I'm halfway up this specific like, and I'm talking it's super vertical. Like you're climbing, no joke, one of those ginormous mountains that you see. Well, I say ginormous mountain.
Yeah.
You're climbing one of those things, like from the very bottom to the very top, in the course of 2 miles. So the altitude is just like, it will kill your body fast.
Yeah.
And what I did, as soon as I made it up to one specific part, I'm like, oh, I can't breathe. I need to sit down and relax for a second. I know what will give me energy. I have like a peanut butter granola bar in my bag because I took my Vietnam World War II, you know, that olive green dump bag that I have, that like you put empty magazines and extra stuff in. I got it for a costume, but like it's a legit one. And I carried that, and it held like 3 pounds of stuff. It's like a flashlight, duct tape, scissors, a knife, earbuds, phone charger, and like cables and earbuds and all that. So I held plenty of stuff in that, and like it weighed nothing, which is beautiful. But I made it halfway up this thing, and I ate a granola bar, and I'm like, all right, I'm getting some energy back. I drank the I drank the last half quart of my canteen. Quart, liter, they were basically the same measurement. I drank half of that.
Like a circle canteen or
No. One of the army ones.
like a Boy Scout. Okay, I'm thinking like a Boy Scout style.
No, I hate those things.
Yeah, they don't fit in a pocket.
They don't fit. They don't fit anywhere for anything. Like they're not good to have.
Yeah, I like the square ones because you put them in a bag and they.
Yeah. Anyway, so I drank the rest of my water. I drank 250 milliliters of water probably. Or no, I probably drink like 500 milliliters of water. I was like, oh man, I'm getting my energy back. I feel great. This is great. I can do the rest of this. I walk for like 2 minutes and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. I don't feel so good. I sit down. I unclip my belt, and it's this huge Alice style belt, and all of like the canteen holder and the first aid holster and dump bag holster, and I have the suspension system. That way it doesn't hurt my like hips and waist that much, so I can like evenly distribute the weight. I sit down and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I'm out there and I'm breathing hard. My heart rate is like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, don't throw up, and I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Maybe I can stay. And I'm not going to get too far into it solely for the radio listeners. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear this midday post lunch, or if you're listening to this on Friday pre-dinner. But like, I throw up the entire liter of water and granola bar that I had previously, and I'm like, where goes a liter of water wasted? If I had known I was going to throw up, I could have saved that for later.
Yeah. I wonder if you did it.
Exactly. So I throw up, instant relief, because my body's like, listen, you can't have what you just had and expect to just walk a trail to scale a mountain. Yeah. You just can't do it. Mm-hmm. And so it's just so stupid, because looking back on it, I'm like, it's funny now. I could do it again without, because I've done that trick like twice before. Once like a couple years ago, and then once like a month ago, and I felt like I was gonna throw up then, but I didn't. Probably because I didn't have anything to eat or drink that day, or I had enough water to where my body was circulating through it all. But like, I could definitely feel the water and granola bar sitting in the middle of my stomach, like ready to leave at any point. So I throw up, and I'm like, okay, I can't drink any more water until I make it up to the top of this part of this trail where it gets flat. It's the Alum Gap campsite, and from there it's 4.1 miles back down to the stone door, and then to the ranger station, and then it's 3.1 miles or 3 miles, one or the other. Oh. If you take a separate flat loop and flat trail. So I started at 8:25, and then I got up to the Alum Gap campsite at like 11:15, 11:20. So I did 4 miles down, then back up in like, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, in like 2 hours and 40 minutes, 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I made a good time. That was like pretty much unpacked also, which is why I probably did so well. If I had not stopped to breathe and let my heart not explode and then throw up, I probably would have done like a little bit better, maybe.
Did you have the common decency to puke off the trail, or did it go all off?
I puked next to the trail, and it was mostly clear because of all the water. Okay. Is what it was. Because I went to the bathroom. No. It was just like what I had is now out of my body. Like, it needed to be out of my body for my body to keep going. Because I purposely went to the bathroom last night before I went to bed, and then went to the bathroom that morning before I started hiking. I purposely did that. Because I don't want to stop in the middle of a trip and go to the bathroom. I'm not about that life. I mean, I will if I have to. I'm always prepared to. But if I have the option, to.
Hiking.
It's hard.
Before I move up to school.
We definitely should. I'm going again next weekend. I'm probably going to go every weekend, just so I can get in better shape and get physically good at backpacking.
Yeah. Saturday works for me. I'm sure Sunday does too. I'm not into waking up, but it's
Well,
not
we
like
can definitely go if we go like a Sunday or a Saturday. We can go later, but it's just it gets so hot. The
Yeah.
humidity
We can do a
only
night
gets
hike.
worse.
we can go at night and just
We
bring
can't.
flashlights.
We can't.
Why not?
You have to be off the
Or do you say
trail.
we can't or we can?
We
Oh.
cannot because we have to be off the trail before a specific time. You're either in a
Really?
campsite or off the trail before
That's
dark. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Realize also.
Otherwise, I
Is that a
would 'cause
local
it's
thing, or
cool.
is that a law?
That is that trail only as far as I know. Some of them
That's interesting.
differ, I imagine, but I imagine it's because there's so many different trails and it's so strenuous to get on each different one where they
Sure.
don't want anybody like getting hurt. And then at 11
Yeah,
o'clock at
yeah.
night, they have to have rangers find you guys where it's pitch black because it gets dark. It gets dark
Yeah.
fast. I definitely almost slipped and fell a couple times, solely because of like it rained the night before.
Yuck.
Up there at least, and then it was like still like foggy and it was very humid. But I brought my my shamog with me to keep all the sweat off me, which is
Yeah.
always a big bonus. I did that. I slept like once or twice, but I'm fast enough and have enough upper body strength and energy to be to catch
Just
myself.
not fall.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Maybe Saturday works for me.
We need to go sometime. It's fun. I see. The problem is that we haven't gone. Me and you haven't gone hiking in a very, very long time,
It's true.
and I don't know what your pace is set to. And that's a really hard trail. Like I'm not even playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
If
I
it's
guess we'll find out.
and you know me well enough, and you know I'm into fitness and like being in good shape and all. Like I'm trying to get healthier. The physical side of it, the eating side of it, I'm still going to eat garbage. Well, and until we go on the cruise or
Right.
whatever. I don't know. We'll figure out my diet later. That's another podcast episode for another day. But for me to go on that and throw up, you know, it's got to be a hard one.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like not a supremely easy trail. Nothing to bite your thumb at, some would say.
Yeah. That's a term people use, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna start bringing back like old Shakespearean terms. I guess gonna be a lot of fun to do. But yeah, no, it was hard. it were not easy.
Yeah.
But the last half, which is like basically just flat, we could definitely do that to start off with. We could go to the Alum Gap campsite and then come back. Like that's 6 miles, 6.5 miles, 6 miles, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I got to the campsite and I sat for like 40 minutes. I was on my phone, relaxing, drinking water. I ate the rest of my granola. I threw out the raisins. Not a big raisin guy, but it's like mostly nuts and M&Ms, which I might just go with granola that is like only nuts next time. It's
Yeah.
like the oh, what's that cereal? Oops, all berries. Is it Captain Crunch? Oops, all berries.
Yeah.
I want my granola to be Nature Valley. Oops, all nuts.
Yeah, right.
I want that.
Just
'Cause I don't want
like
the
some
sugar.
raisins.
Oh, I should have saved my raisin and give them to you then. I'm not a raisin guy. I just don't like raisins.
Oops. Oops, all raisins and pretzels.
Oops, all raisins.
I mean, you just buy raisins. Just buy nuts. You don't have to buy trail mix. You just they
Good
literally sell mixed nuts everywhere.
I might do that.
This-
The only problem is that like most of the time they don't come in a bag. They come in like a tin.
They also sell bags.
This may
It's
be
a
true.
flat brand, I believe.
Are you saying I have to do this all by myself? I have to prepare before I go. Why do that when I can pay an extra $1 and do it? Have someone do it for me.
I mean, that's fair.
That is fair. But yeah, we need to go next weekend. It'll be a lot of fun. It's hard. We can leave this. We can leave the big golf or the big connector golf part off until I know that we are both good enough to do it. Because we're gonna make it down to the bottom of the stone door, and we're like, I made it to the bottom of the stone door, and I was like, man, I'm gonna hate this, and I
I'll
did.
need shoes. I'm going shoe shopping Monday or Tuesday. I'm pretty sure Tuesday. So
Mhm.
I'll get something then.
You have arches, right? Your feet have arches.
Yes, high arches.
You should just go with the shoes that I have. Maybe I don't know.
I'll look at them.
That's I didn't go with my backpacking shoes. I have like really nice Solomon backpacking shoes, like to support weight and hold my legs up or whatever. But this time I went with my New Balance Trail Runners, and they performed exceptionally well.
Yeah, I'll
my feet like don't hurt at all, and my feet on the trail like do not hurt, and like they're lightweight enough and like enough grip. Well, I say grip. The entire ground was soaking wet, and there were huge rocks that were also soaking wet. And like I feel like I feel like with any shoes, you're gonna if it's a soaking wet rock, and also it's outside, it's humid, and like they're gonna be slippery. Because the 3 times I slipped and caught myself. Well, I slipped 3 times and caught myself all 3 times, but it was all in rocks that I thought would like not be that bad. Like they weren't even that tilted.
Yeah.
But it was still like slippery enough for my shoes to lose a little bit of traction. I feel like there's really no way to get around that.
Shame. Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, these like $100 pair of trail shoes. You should just buy them.
Pair of shoes are very good. I love pair of shoes.
You need to buy them and try them out, because you have Prime, or your family has Prime. You can just do the 7-day try or buy thing, or whatever it's called, for Prime. Like you wear them for a week and try them out. You'd like them. I think you'd like them. The thing is, I don't know about your foot arches. Like I don't know if these are like good for arches or bad for foot arches, because my feet are relatively flat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is nice.
I will look. I'll let you know.
But yeah, they come in all different sizes, and like they are like New Balance trail run. They're like called minimus shoes for men. But the way I found them is from someone. She's German, and she's a backpacker and like hiker and camper on YouTube. And like I just stumbled upon one of her videos one day, and she said in a German accent, which I don't feel like doing right now. I'm very tired. She said these shoes are for men. But I found that you go for a smaller size, like they're very comfortable. And she said that she wore like a size 7.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, awesome. If they're good enough for her, then they're good enough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were great. The shoes did very, very well. So whenever I made to the Alum Gap campsite, I was like, okay, it's going to be smooth runnings. I'm going to get from here back to the parking lot going this trail. Like the Laurel Falls trail, or whatever it's called. I'm going to get back to the cars in like 1 hour. Back to the ranger station in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So I just sat and like took a 35-40 minute break. Checked Snapchat. Texted everybody that I was halfway done. Ate my oops all nuts, and then I drank my. So I only brought 2 liters of water, which in retrospect that was good. I definitely could have used more water. I would have been more comfortable with more water. Because I usually have a gallon of water a day no matter what. And for me doing strenuous activity, a gallon would be perfect. And I packed half of a gallon. Well, I'll say gallon, like 4 liters. I always do liter for everything. So for me to go for 2 liters of water, which I threw up the other 1 liter of, maybe not the best decision. Like if I was not as good as I am, which is like not saying a lot, it could have ended up poorly, but because I had my last half of emergency, that water, I specifically had that water packed to where I had to physically take my entire like system and suspension belt and stuff off, unpack it, and then pour that water into my canteen. I specifically had it that way, so I couldn't access it until I made it at the halfway mark, which is before the campsite in miles and like physical wise. But I call it halfway because it's 3 miles back to the car from the campsite. So I saved my last half of my water, my last liter of water for that. So I drank the 500 milliliters of that, and I put the last 500 inside of my canteen to have walking, because I was gonna have like 100 milliliters or like a sip every 1 mile, which I can relatively tell how far a mile is when I'm walking. Trail wise, it's easier because there's trail markers, but on this one there are no trail markers. Like it's just 3 miles flat from the campsite to the Stone Door Ranger Station, which I left the campsite at like, I took pictures and wrote it down. It was like 11:50, maybe 11:50, and I got back to the campsite. I was booking it too. Definitely not as fast as I could go, but I was booking it. I got back at like 12:51. So I did like 3 miles, however many it is, in like an hour, which is probably my new record, honestly. Like, I did really good.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm just very glad that I did that part. I wanted to mix it up today, and I'm very glad I didn't because then it definitely would have been a bad boy situation where I had no water and I was at the bottom of the stone door and had to climb the stone door and then go all the way back up to the ranger station.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna do that sometime, but today was definitely not that time. I'm very, very glad that I did not end up doing that. I'm going to sometime, but not today. So yeah, that's gonna be a fun story to tell everybody adventuring, and then get lectured about like how to hike properly or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure because we did that. There was 6 of us doing it last time. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 6, maybe 7. I don't remember how many people. I don't really remember anything whenever I'm backpacking. I purposely turn off my brain. But definitely a couple of them were like, as soon as we made it up, and a lot of them like didn't stop. They just like kept going to the campsite, because they're better and stronger, faster, harder, stronger. As soon as they made it up there, they said, "Yeah, I felt like I was going to throw up. All the lactic acid in my stomach and in my system, like I almost threw up." and I'm like, for you to say that, that's how you know it's a hard trail.
Yeah, that's intense.
It is an intense trail. But yeah, we should do that sometime. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe make some content out of it. I don't know. We'll figure that out later.
You mean you can do things without recording it?
Well, you got a GoPro.
That'd
be a lot of fun.
I might bring my Zoom and I can actually record some nice.
Ooh, that'd be fun. There's definitely a lot of good like waterfall sounds. Oh my gosh. Well, check my Snapchat story. I took a couple of picture of waterfall. The only problem is that if we want to get like louder waterfall noises, we're gonna have to go down the mountain, which I'm not about that life. So I don't know. We can definitely figure something out. But yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. We can do that. I think we're either we're out of time or close to being out of time. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it. This is the organic way of being. All right, well, we're done.
Yeah, right.
Anything you'd like to add, Andrew? You have any ideas for some good content we could do? Besides watching stuff or playing video games or whatever?
Yeah. I don't know. Nothing yet. I'll keep you updated.
All right, thank you. And we'll keep you guys, the listeners of this on the radio and the YouTube, updated also. Thanks for listening. And if you're watching this, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Minecraft. A nice Minecraft waterfall. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the water. Hold on, listen. That's good stuff. Yeah, it's a Minecraft Let's Play. I really want to do a Minecraft Let's Play. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, follow us on Facebook, Third Opinion Media. Subscribe to our YouTube, Third Opinion Media. And like us on Twitter, Third Opinion Media. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
And now, a word from this program's sponsor.
Somewhere Liquors is located in the Plaza Shopping Center across from Citizens Tri-County Bank. Their address is 1100 Smithville Highway, Suite 137 in McMinnville, Tennessee. Their business hours are 8 to 10 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 11 on Friday and Saturday, and 10 to 6 on Sunday. Their phone number is area code 931-304-8222. They feature a walk-in beer cave and have a wide selection of bourbons, whiskeys, vodkas, tequilas, and more. McMinnville's first liquor store is Somewhere Liquors.